Hello and welcome to Songkla Rajapat University's MOOC course, English for Communication 1. Today this is Unit 12. We're talking about travelling, and this is the final part of the final unit, a little vocabulary. So we want to look at, first of all, the idea of past participles. These are the parts of verbs or the form of the verb we use with the perfect tenses that we saw earlier in part 1 and part 2. I'm sure you've seen this type of graph in earlier units when we have the different forms of the verb. I've chosen 5 that are relevant to travel. We get a bus, take a bus, travel to a place, drive our car, or fly in the plane. The important bit we want to look at is the past participle here. So this is verb 3. You can see with the 5 examples, 4 of them are irregular and 1, travelled, is a regular. It's just an ed ending. The rest are different from the basic verb and the past tense. Get has 2 options. You can have got or have gotten. People will argue British or American people may tend to use one or the other. Either one's acceptable. I take the bus. I have taken a bus before in my life. I drive a car. I have driven. I fly a plane. I have flown a plane before. So those are the past participle, and it's worth learning a few of the irregular ones. So I chose a short list of 50. I'm not going to go through all of them, but here are a few irregular past participles. This is an alphabetical list, and I haven't included the original verb. So it's something you can do is go back and look at this and try and work out what each of them actually matches up with. I'll go through a few of them as examples, but not all, just to give you an idea of some past participles. So the verb to be is am, are. It has the past tense of was or were, and the past participle been. Be, been. We begin something, it has begun. We break something, it has been broken. We bring something, it has been brought. If you buy something, it's bought. If you build something, it's built. If you choose something, you have chosen. If you come, you have come. So that one's the same. But it's irregular because, well, there's no ed ending. So even though it's the same as the basic verb. If it costs something, it has cost. You cut, I have cut. So you can see the basic verb. Done, drawn, driven. Eaten, felt, found. Got, gotten, 2 versions. Given, gone, had. Heard, held, kept. Known, left, led. Let, lain, lost. Made, meant, met. Paid, put, run. Said, seen, sold. Sent, set, sat. Spoken, spent, stood. Taken, taught, told. Thought, understood, and written. Sometimes the words are compound. 2 things put together. Understood. You'll notice it's the same as stood. Stand, stood. Understand, understood. So that can help you to get the correct irregular past participles in words like understand, understood. Use a dictionary to look these up. Altogether, you may remember from previous units, there are about 200 irregular verbs. You just really have to learn them and gradually build up your vocabulary. These are some of the more common ones that are worth learning. So get the dictionary and gradually start learning these. One more thing I want to touch on is when you're traveling, the idea of phrasal verbs. We already looked at the idea of get and take, but often we can make new verbs by joining words together, and that's what we call phrasal verbs. The words joined together make a verb. And here are a few examples you can use to talk about traveling. See off. I'll see my friend off at the airport. We go to the airport to say goodbye. Set off. I'm going to set off for Bangkok, leaving to start the journey. Get in is to arrive. You can also talk about get in a taxi or get in to a type of vehicle. Don't mix them up. These two join together, get on or get off. So it can be get in a taxi, but we get on a bus, a train or a plane, and we get off a bus, a train or a plane, and other things like boats. An airplane takes off. So we take a plane, and once we've taken the plane takes off. It leaves the ground. A hold up, a delay. We were held up at the airport. These two are the opposite sides. Check in and check out. So arrive and check in. That can be at the hotel or at the airport. And check out, we only really do at the hotel when we leave. So you arrive, you check in, you leave, you check out. But we do use check in at the airport when you arrive there. And the final one, to get away. Let's get away for a few days. Go on holiday for a break. So those are a few phrasal verbs you can use to try and describe your travel plans. See how you can fit them in. And the very last thing we're going to cover in this course, not just the unit, but to end the English for Communication 1 course, a few examples of types of transportation. So transport or vehicles. Here are a few pictures. Start with this one, vehicle. Really looks just like a car. It's a type of car. Vehicle is a more general term. Pretty much anything that runs on a road carrying people. So a vehicle, a vehicle, a vehicle, a vehicle, a vehicle. These are all vehicles. It's a collective term. Motorcycle, bicycle. Cycle, something that goes round. Motor, it has an engine. Bicycle, we also call a bike. So we call it a motorbike or a motorcycle. This example of a scooter is one you would operate by pushing with your foot. You can get these electric scooters with an engine, but we also use this term, scooter, to refer to a motorbike like a Honda Wave, something like that, or Scoopies, the small motorbikes everyone in Thailand uses, rather than a larger motorcycle, a motorbike. A minibus or a van. A bus, you can also use the term coach. a lorry. You also hear the word used, truck. Train. Airplane. You may remember earlier I showed you the word aeroplane. In the UK, we use aeroplane. Americans tend to use airplane, and we both cut that down to just plane. A helicopter, we mentioned earlier. Rotor blades rather than an airplane, but another way to fly. Bizarrely, we have a rocket. Most people don't really use that as a means of transport, only astronauts and maybe Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister, to get back to his home planet. Fairly sure he's an alien. A few things that go on water: a boat, a ship, and a ferry. Tends to be ships are larger than boats when we talk about them. A ferry, we already mentioned, takes people back and forward to a single destination. If you know Songkhla, we have a ferry port here, taking people across the water and coming back. You can see both sides, and all day it just runs back and forward. So that's a ferry. Those are a few types of vehicles. As you're practicing your English and you're out on the roads, look around, see how people are traveling, and can you name the vehicles you see? Build up your vocabulary for what's around you, what you use, and that will help you start using meaningful English. Hopefully you found the course useful and interesting. Please do try the pre and post test again to check you've understood everything, and perhaps we'll see you again at the next MOOC course. Goodbye.